Today, I am going to go over a week in a life of an information security analyst. Let's get to it. So a lot of my friends have been asking me as to what I do on a daily basis at work. And normally I can't really explain because I do different things every single day. There are times where I'm doing vulnerability testing. There are times where I'm in meetings. There are times where we're doing some sort of patching. There are times where we're working on how to do some API calls. There's so many things that you'd be doing in the cybersecurity world, or let's say the information security aspect of things, which is cybersecurity. Okay. So I'm going to start off from Monday and then end on Friday. So every single day at work, I start work at 8 o'clock and then I end mostly give or take about 4:30 at night. I'm done. I don't want to do anything else. I'm done. My brain is tired, that type of thing. Because normally at 3 o'clock, my brains are just I'm done. I can't do anything else. But anyway, so on Mondays, what I do on Mondays, normally on Mondays when I come in the morning, it's more so I have a meeting in the morning. So we have what some people would call like the scrum meeting, right? Where you have everybody from the team together talking about, your impediments, talking about what you did last week, what you're doing this week, if you have any projects, if you have anything that's holding you back, that type of stuff. So on Mondays, we have one meeting at 11 o'clock. At that meeting, after that meeting, I don't have any other meetings on Monday. So the main reason why I love the company that I work with is because we don't really do a lot of meetings. And trust me, I don't know if you're like me, but I hate meetings. I cannot do meetings. Meetings are just not for me. I will fall asleep. I will just get tired. If the meeting goes over more than 45 minutes and it's not as engaging, I tend to fall asleep. Like, it's just my body not wanting to stay in the meeting or not concentrating. It's just me. Maybe I'm a lazy worker. No, I'm not. I get my work done. But anyways, besides that, so on Mondays when I have my meetings in the morning, then I actually check my emails, right? So I check my emails. Normally I'll check my emails when I wake up at 8 o'clock because I have my Monday morning meetings at 11 o'clock where we have the entire IT team come together and then we talk about everything. So in my company, we have about 10 people in the IT team. And with that 10 people, we have the CIO, we have the information security analyst, which is me. We have the information security engineer, which is, my supervisor. Let's put it that way. We have the help desk manager, the help desk team, the cloud folks, the DevOps folks, all those stuff. So we come together and we talk about what we need to talk about, and that's it. So right after that, then I jump into tickets. So in my company, we use what we call ConnectWise. Some company use Jira and some other tools that are used to make sure that, they're getting tickets or whatever the case is, right? So I can jump onto tickets. You might have people that will probably say that, hey, can you release this email for me? It says that it's malicious, so can you take a look into it? So I take a look into it. If there's anything that I have to do some investigation of, I do that investigation and then poof, I send it back off to them. So I do tickets for about an hour because you have tickets coming in all the time. So you could literally spend your entire day working on tickets. So right after doing a couple of tickets, let's say for about an hour, then I jump on any other project that I'm working on. So I jump on that project and then I start working on that project. So let's say if we're doing like an assets inventory, what I mean by an asset inventory is basically all the assets that we have in the company. We try to do a count of all the assets, and by assets I mean the computers, the servers, that type of stuff. And that actually helps us out just in case anybody leaves the company. We know where we're going to put that computer that we're using, or if they were using a workstation, if there's any sort of like vulnerability that's attacking or that's affecting us, we can literally go to this asset and pull it, and then we're good to go. So we do asset inventory as well. And then besides that, that's pretty much it on Monday. So at 4 o'clock or 4:30, I'm done. I'm not doing anything else. I'm good. So I go to sleep, wake up in the morning. On Tuesdays, I don't really have any meetings at all. Like literally, I don't have any meetings at all. So most of the time, the meetings that I would have during the week, it will more so be those meetings where it's kind of like unplanned. You'd have somebody ping you and be like, hey, can I call you on Teams just to ask you a couple of questions? Or hey, can we go over this that we have to do? Or you have the CIO come to you and be like, hey, can you guys fill this information out for me? I need to send it to a vendor. I need to send it to a client. And then we go ahead and we do that. So most of the time, if I don't have anybody that's actually pinging me for us to do some sort of impromptu meeting or whatever, I'm not really doing any sort of like meetings. And thank God, I'm not a meeting person. Like I said in the beginning, I am not. So Tuesdays, I don't really have a lot of meetings. I jump onto my emails and then I start on my tickets and any project that I'm working on. Let's say if you're building firewalls, if we're doing anything that's not going through, we use several tools, which I'll be talking about in my next video. On Tuesdays, I'm not really doing literally anything. It's more so about tickets. But trust me, when I say I'm not doing anything, it's not like literally I'm just sitting down, relaxed, and not doing anything. Like, it gets stressful because you have to do tickets. And when you're doing these tickets, it's a lot of work, right? It's a lot of work. You have folks that will probably send you the weirdest email ever, like, I can't access Outlook, right? And then it goes on to help desk, and help desk is like, oh, this is probably a security question, and then they send it to us, and you have to go back and forth with them. It's a lot of stuff, right? And you have tickets where you have users that cannot log into one particular application, and help desk try to help, but then it's giving them an error, so they push it over to security. It's like every single day is something different. It's not one day that you're going to do the same thing over and over again. No. So on Tuesdays, that's it. On Wednesdays, it's pretty much the same thing. I don't really do a lot when it comes to meetings, please. When it comes to meetings, I'm not really doing a lot. So all I have to do is literally wake up in the morning. If I have any meeting scheduled that anybody wants to meet with me, we schedule that meeting. But most of the meetings that I have is normally impromptu, like I said. So we do that on Wednesdays. On Thursdays, really nothing. It's more so I wake up in the morning, I have tickets that I'm working on. So with that tickets that I'm working on, like I said, I read my email, see any tickets that are actually pending from the previous day. If I need help, I contact my engineer, which is my information security engineer, and ask him, hey, I have a question with A, B, C, and D. He'll be like, hey, what's going on? And then I tell him what's going on, and then he helps me out, and I keep it moving. So normally I'm working on tickets, and I'm working on, let's say, any vulnerabilities that we have on Thursdays. That's when it gets sweet, because on Thursdays, that's when we have our vulnerability scanner, which we call Nessus. We have that actually set up where it does the actual asset scan. So asset scan meaning it scans our IPs, it scans our external, internal, everything. So once that scan is done around 1 p.m., I have a meeting at 2 p.m. with the team where we go over any vulnerabilities that came up, anything that they have to actually fix, any patching that they have to do, and stuff like that. And pretty much it. Right after that meeting, I am done, not for the day, I'm done with that meeting or with all my meetings, and then I jump into tickets again or anything else that I have to do, right? That's pretty much it for Thursday. On Fridays, it's normally a chill day. You don't really have meetings at all, because Fridays I don't have meetings at all, unless, like I said, somebody sets up an impromptu meeting that I have to get into, and then I join, and then we pick it up from there, and then we keep it going. That's it. Besides the meeting, I actually have work that I'm doing, right? And when I say work that I'm doing, I mean, like I said, working on tickets. So I'm going to give you some examples of tickets. So let's say we have a system that we use that's called Endpoint Central. So with Endpoint Central or Microsoft Defender, what we do is we have policies set where if somebody sends out an email that has any sort of like HIPAA, PII stuff in there, it's going to trigger it and send an incident to us. So once it sends that incident to us, what we do on our side is we're going to go ahead and then draft up an email and send it over to the HIPAA compliance team. What you're going to do is they're going to contact the individual and ask them, hey, you know, we saw A, B, C, and D. We need you to not do this again. If you do it, we're going to write you up, blah, 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 all those stuff, and they get fired. I don't think they get fired, but you know, that's what happens. Once you send that out, that's an example of a ticket that I would normally work on, and then I push it out to the team that handles that. I'm trying to think of one ticket that I'll probably work on. Let's say we have tools like WordPress, right, that manages our website and stuff. So let's say WordPress. If we get a ticket that says that somebody logged into WordPress, I have to investigate who logged onto WordPress, what was the person doing, you know, that type of stuff, just to make sure that we're good. Nothing really crazy, but just trying to make sure that we're good. So if you want to get into cybersecurity, one thing that you should really understand is that you would always be doing investigations. And when I mean investigations, you have to understand that once you get a ticket from any of your vulnerability management tool, any of your EDR tools and stuff like that, or any of your SIMs, you have to know that, hey, you're going to do some investigation to know that where did this come from? What was it doing? Why is it doing that? Right? To understand if it's malicious or not. Most of the time it's a false positive, but you know, you still have to do it to make sure that your company is safe. Like I said, my company is not really big. I think we have about 1,000 employees and we're still merging and stuff like that. I can't tell you what the company is, but and still merging and stuff like that. But pretty much it's from Monday through Friday. If I'm not in meetings, which I hate meetings, I'm not in a lot of meetings, but besides that, all that I am doing is working on tickets. And like I said, these tickets could take a minute. Like it could take a long time for you to even finish one ticket. It depends on what the ticket is. So let's say you have one ping where it says that there's a brute force attack, then you probably literally need to stop whatever you're doing and research as to why there's that brute force attack, what IP was it coming from, you know, that type of stuff, to make sure that you're mitigating whatever risk that vulnerability, or sorry, that intrusion would be causing to your company, basically. So that's literally a day, or let's say a week in my life as an information security analyst. If you do have any questions, please put in the comment section and we can go ahead, you know, and talk about it. And with all that I said, please do not think that it is an easy job or an easy career, or whatever the case is. No, it's not easy. And I can tell you that for a fact. It is not easy. You literally have to be cracking your brains every single time. It is not easy. But in my next video, I'm going to talk about why I think you should or should not join the cybersecurity world or the cybersecurity career field, right? There's a lot of things that personally, if you do not have in you, it will be very difficult for you to actually succeed in the cybersecurity industry. I am going to talk about it in my next video, so watch out for my next video. But that is it for a week in life of an information security analyst. Like I said, if you have any questions, please put it in the comment section and we can go ahead and we will talk about it. Till I see you again, stay blessed, be blessed, and God bless. Peace.